we call this meeting to order.
You're asking a whole lot.
Mr. Russell, would you like to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Tonight we have a short, or tonight, I'm used to saying that. It feels like night, it's still dark out. This morning we have a short agenda dealing with the teacher contract. Has everybody had the opportunity to review the agenda, and does anybody have any questions? Do I hear a motion?
Mr. President, I move we accept the agenda as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
I'll take that as a ding third. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The agenda is adopted. Now is our moment for public comments. I believe no one signed up for public comments, so we'll move to our first action item. Our first action item is to consider the 2020-2021 teacher contract. Mr. Jason Taylor, Assistant Superintendent of HR and Technology, will do the presentation. Mr. Taylor, the floor is yours.
Thank you. This morning I'm presenting the 2020-2021 Master Teacher Contract for your approval. On September 21st, 2020, through formal bargaining, a tentative agreement was reached with the United Teachers Association of Center Grove, UTAG, in regards to wage and wage-related benefits that would be included in this new agreement. On September 28th, 2020, the UTAG membership voted to ratify the contract, and on October 22nd, a pre-ratification hearing was held by this board. Some key items in the agreement are a 2% raise for all teachers. This includes row advancement and a 0.48% increase to the salary schedule, a one-time stipend of 1.52% for the top row, an increase to ECAs of 2% as well, and then some changes to the ECA schedule and positions listed there. And finally, some changes to healthcare, which would include an average employee increase of 1.4%. The district share increase would increase by 8.1%. And we would provide a one-time insurance holiday in February of 2021. The final change I'd like to highlight is an increase in the 403B match. It is currently set at $800. We would increase that to $825. This is a one-year contract for the 2020-21 school year. The costs in this contract have been included in the 2021 budget, and I would be happy to answer any questions the board members may have.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Does anyone have any questions?
None at this time.
I just have one clarification, and I know you said a one-day insurance holiday. What you're referring to actually is insurance premium, correct?
Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you for clarifying that.
You're fine.
Yeah,
It took me about a year and a half to figure that one out when I was first on the board, so.
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Do I hear a motion?
Mr. President, I move that we approve the 2020-2021 Master Teacher Contract as presented.
A lot of 20s in there.
There is, sorry.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. Thank you, Mr. Hubbard. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Appreciate everyone's efforts on that.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Alexander.
Thank you.
Now moving on to the next action item. It's a motion to amend level A, B, and C salary and wage schedules reflecting salary and wage increase. Once again, Mr. Jason Taylor, Assistant Superintendent of HR and Technology. I'll turn the floor over to you.
This morning, we are recommending a base salary and wage increase of 2% for level A, B, C, and some level B, D positions. This will include all administrators and permanent support staff. Coaches' salaries outside of the bargaining unit will also receive an increase of 2%. This will be retroactive to the first employee workday on or after July 1st, 2020. I will bring the revised statement of benefits for your approval to the October 22nd meeting, and the salary changes will be updated at that time. These salary increases have been built into the 2021 budget.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Do we have any questions, Mr. Alexander?
No questions for me.
I do,
Thank
just because it's not listed and you verbally said in some D,
Yeah.
give an example of what's a level D.
You guys might be familiar with Mr. Zorro. He actually is a level D employee for us in the technology department, but he does work a more permanent schedule. He'd be one that would be included in that. We also have some activity rates that we change. Dr. Long has security officers that perform extra duties from time to time for us. We may look to change some of those. We'll bring all that in October.
So they may be another level, but.
It could be, or it could be just more hourly folks who, maybe their wage rate has fallen behind what the competitive rate is, and so we look to adjust those at the same time. But anyone who's like a standard, working a lot, that just happens to be in that level of employee group, we go ahead and make those changes.
Any other questions or comments? Do I hear a motion?
Mr. President, I move that we amend level A, B, and C, and I think I need to include
Some D.
some of those Ds, as Jason mentioned. Wage schedules such that eligible employees will receive a 2% wage increase effective July 1, 2020.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander and Mr. Russell. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Seeing no other business, are there any announcements that anyone has?
Tonight is the candidate forum. It will be virtual. Is the link on the school corporation? Okay, go to the Ed Foundation and you'll see where the link is to watch it virtually.
It's on Facebook Live.
And Facebook Live, yes.
Any other announcements, Mr. Hubbard?
I do have one. I just want to let you guys know that on October 21st, C9 is hosting a memorial dedication for Andrew St. John, who passed away about a year ago in a military accident. So we're going to do a dedication for him and rename the building in his honor on the 21st. I believe it's a Wednesday at 2:30 in the afternoon. You guys are all welcome to come.
Thank you.
So, yep.
Mr. Alexander, any announcements?
None for me.
Dr. Arkanoff, any announcements?
No, I don't have anything at this time.
I'll just remind everyone that this was a special meeting, so our next regularly scheduled meeting will be Thursday evening on October 22nd at 7 o'clock, right here in the same place.
I have on my calendar a board work session that day too, is that?
That is correct.
It's an executive session
Yeah, well, it's an exec, yeah, not a work session.
during the day,
It starts in the afternoon.
11:30,
11:30 at this point.
and there'll be lunch and dinner.
Hearing no further comments, do I hear a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second?
Second. Third.
Thank you all. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.